All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Monday, November 25th, 2024. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, this week is a short week. It is Thanksgiving week. On Thursday, the stock market will be closed. No morning notes, none of that. Friday, the market is back open for Black Friday, but it is closed at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, regular hours. Not tons on the board in terms of economic data. We got a GDP number on Wednesday, and then no Fed speakers at all. But I go over that in a little more detail on our weekly recap video that is on YouTube. Hope that you check that out and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. This morning, futures are pushing this morning. Dow futures are up 372 points. We gapped up higher. NASDAQ up about 150. We got back above 21,000. S&P 500 futures up 0.68%. The Russell's up 1.35% this morning. 10-year Treasury yields are down 4.318. The dollar index is sliding. That's a really great sign. 106.63. The VIX is down 3% this morning. Commodities taking a hit. Gold took a big hit, down 1.32%. More of a risk on, deal where stocks are getting bid right now. So risk on is basically what it's called. Silver down 1.75%. Crude oil's down about 1%. Gasoline's down about 1%. Copper, interesting enough, up 0.88%. That's a risk on commodity. More construction, more growth, et cetera, et cetera. Bitcoin still just can't crack that 100K, like we've been talking about. Probably a lot of sell orders there. 97,740 on the futures side. Ethereum bounced off, I believe, that 200-day moving average, looking very, very nice, up about 5.61%. Euro dollar up 105 pips this morning. Pound dollar up 75 pips this morning. Big thing I'm looking at this morning, guys, is Palantir. Let me make sure I bring this up in option signals. Palantir was sent. If I can find it. Palantir. There's 65 calls. I just got to find the actual signal. Sometimes there's so much going on. We have Apple calls running. That's open. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But if I can find the Palantir calls, I know it's here. The Verizon. Maybe I just need more coffee. Here we go. This was 10:21 a.m. on the 21st. The 65 calls for November 29, of about $1.25 each. That's where they were. So it expires this week. We are in the money. Target was 67.44. That's where we're looking to get. So all of our options members, just have a heads up. This is going to be a very nice trade. Probably a bag or so, maybe a little more. You're talking about $2.16 deep in the money. If you are holding this trade and you're part of our options group, I went ahead and made a breakdown on it this morning on their market watch. If you see profit over 40, again, you can close it when you like, but it looks like a squeeze is coming up since we're about to break all-time highs. So this has massive profit implications. Right around 70 is what I'm looking for a continuation if we break above the all-time highs. Now, again, this could flip, so just be careful. You're in control, but we'll update you as we go along. This should be a very nice trade. Again, based on demand, if we break 67.44, it's got to be at least 200%, in my opinion. So that'll be a really great setup, a really great trade for everybody. Let's go. And we were 30% last week, and we didn't close, so glad we held. Apple, we had the 235 calls open. You can see that we're up pre-market, 231.44, looking for a break of 232. If you see 40% on that one, we're going to take that as well. The goal is really just to get as much as we can before the holiday begins with all the volume drops. So those two are the ones I'm looking at the most. Palantir being the big one, since it's pushing now, should be breaking 67.44. If you guys remember, Palantir is one of our top 10 stocks of 2024. So if you're a shareholder, congratulations, you're crushing it. All right. So again, in regards to everything else this week and what's to come and what's expected, we did a recap video on YouTube. So make sure to take a look at that. All right. Good morning. Hello, Carlos. Any BTC related options you got pondering this week? Let's take a look. Mara. Mara's starting to push. Remember when I said the 20 level? All right, so now we're gonna have to break above, let's see, 2754. Yeah, we're starting to push. Let's see if we get above 28 on Mara. Starting to see breakout of this double top. I'm pretty sure the 30 calls on Mara are going to get a lot of juice. So keep an eye on that in terms of volume. Coinbase is one that's running. We've traded it before. The problem is it's just a little expensive in terms of option signals. There is no gap to fill, thankfully. What are we looking for? 311. We're looking for those highs. 311 is the current price. Let me expand this a little bit. 429 is the all-time high. I would say in terms of targeting 100K Bitcoin, you're taking a look at possibly like 350 as your next resistance on Coinbase. But again, very expensive. Let's take a look at BITO, which we have traded twice last week. We'll go to the daily. Next level of target is right around 29.10, we'll say. We are now at 26. So let's break 2750. And that's probably our best setup for BITO. Again, you can see this downward trend line breakout. So that's a good sign above the 200 day. So if you're looking for Bitcoin kind of exposure in terms of options, BITO and Mara are probably our best bet. Anything on Apple? Yeah, we just talked about it. Apple, again, we are in calls, the 235s. Once we break 232, we should be 40% and ready to go. So that's not going to be a big one the way Palantir is. Palantir is the one that's really crushing right at this moment. You can see it's about ready to break. Microsoft, we went ahead and traded that last week. Still kind of choppy. I'm going to wait for 430 to go in terms of calls. You can see just sideways action. We still have that gap to fill at 431, but nothing as of yet. I'd rather just wait for 430 instead. All right. Let's see if there's any questions on Instagram. Is Tesla hitting 400 this week? I think Tesla hits 400, but I don't know about this week. It is above 360. That was part of my watch list this week. Above that level, I am targeting 400. The question is by when? Do we buy time for next week? That'll be a little more expensive. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on the options volume and see if there's anything for next week on terms of Tesla. This week might be cutting it close. That's a big, big move. That's 40 bucks on a stock. I'm talking about an extra, what, 12% move? Hard to do that on a short week is my point. I mean, if that hits, forget it. That thing's gonna soar. I think those options are gonna be crazy price, but um, again, just really, really tough to trade that when you have short time and you're trying to go really out of the money. Trade Desk is pushing. Thoughts on TTD? 133 is the highs. Not much to do there. I don't see a lot of volume when I've looked at this stock, anyways. Let's take a look at the daily on Zscaler. We have a gap to fill here. Let's see if we get above 220. I don't know if this has volume either, but if 220.57 breaks, you could target 235 on ZS. Where do you see SoFi heading to? These are all the questions on IG. Yep, starting to push. Got to get above this, 1650. Yeah, it's just some points that you just kind of can't catch everything either. But 1652, break that, you got up to 20, so that looks pretty good. And that's it on Instagram in terms of questions. And hello, hello, good morning. I think that's no other questions. Okay, that's where we are. Let's go ahead and do one more check on Palantir, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the day. And Monday questions are usually not too busy, just for the fact that we already did a weekly recap video. So it is Black Friday week. We do have some deals in terms of our paid services. I do one-on-one teaching as well. I just took over that. I give a little more details on our videos as well. So I won't waste too much of your time talking about it. Good morning. Did I miss the XRP? If you're talking about Ripple, yeah, these actual altcoins are going to push once Bitcoin breaks above 100,000. It's already happened already. So that was a question on Instagram. Let's see. You got more here. And Preza's asking about NVIDIA or Pawn. I don't know what Pawn is. I assume Palo Alto. I think that's Pan W is what they're asking. Yeah, you still need to break above 400, almost there. But once you do, you could target the highs, and then which is right around 408.53. Nvidia, I put that on my watch list as well. We got to see if we hold 140. That's kind of your big deal. Big key level of support and big deal. 143 is what I'm waiting for a break above. That's the 20-day. Thoughts on CLSK? Filled this gap here. Yeah, I guess you have to get above 17 and a half to do anything, and then you can target 20. That's just based on the price action that I see in front of me. I don't know anything about this stock whatsoever. But I am watching Palantir. I'm just going to go back to it because I have to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to go ahead and prep the team for that. This one's going to be a really great trade. Again, might go to 70. So if you're someone that is holding those 65 calls, again, stay frosty. If you need to leave a runner there, that's fine. It expires this week. But listen, if you want to take it first thing in the morning, God bless you. Have fun, get your money. That's the goal here at Gar Capital, you getting paid. So do what you do. Go get it, go crush it. We got your back, and I'll see you guys on the server. All right, team? Have a great rest of your morning. Let's make it a great one. Cheers.